Listen up, everybody. Have you heard the news? It's breaking all the rules. And now we on the move. We got something. We came from the bottom, now we at the tippy top. Cause we all we got. It's a cold, cold world, but we keeping it hot. Ain't no time to stop. Still we having fun. Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team, yeah, we getting it done. And shout out to Travell, yeah, you number one. It started with a dream turning into a vision. Educated new generations is our mission. Ears to the streets, yeah, we steady politicking. If it ain't about the change,
mind your business.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it.
welcome to another episode of Wait Again Minute Podcast. Today is Tuesday, April the 26th, 2022. Our episode tonight is entitled Peachy Tea Tyme. And we have the missus all the way in the ATL visiting us today. You know, we're in, Virginia?
Mm-hmm. Yes. How you not know where we are?
I mean, I just felt like, I was ATL for a minute.
Oh, okay.
I thought I was riding up, 85?
Yeah, you going
Okay.
down 85 south.
Okay, yeah, well, something like that. It doesn't matter. But anyway, so we're gonna have a good time tonight. Missus, how are you today?
I am wonderful. Hello, Gam. And go get her in the building. Hey.
Hey.
Hi, everybody.
So we definitely want to thank you for accepting our invitation to come on Wait Again Minute Podcast. I mean, because you could have been at home chilling, or you could have been at the mall or one of them hot places to eat, because y'all got somewhere to eat in every nook and cranny there.
Right.
Yes.
Can't say you can't find anywhere to eat.
No, absolutely not. But we definitely appreciate you accepting our invitation on today. So how has your day been, or weekend, rather?
My day has been great. My weekend is great. Was great, rather. I am in the process of working on my 1 year anniversary for PGT Time.
Congratulations.
Yes, it is this Saturday. This
Oh.
Saturday, I'm having a big old shindig, and when I tell you, I'm so excited.
So excited.
So this interview came at a perfect time. It really did.
Right.
See how God
So where
works?
you having the big shindig at?
It's a private location.
Oh.
I'm moving on up in the world now. I'm moving on up. So I get to do private locations now.
Right. So you get to say invite only private location.
Yes, everybody
Okay.
only private location. They ain't gonna be looking at me like I'm crazy no more.
I know that's right.
But
So,
yes,
Miss-
but we're having it at an event center. It's at an
Okay.
event center, a big event center. And I'm just so humble and so thankful for the people that's coming out to join me, family and friends. I have a showcase that will be held as well during the party. So I want to
Okay.
thank each and every one of the artists, the independent artists that will be coming to perform. My brother will be there being a comedian. So
Okay.
I'm so thankful, and so humble for this moment.
Well, congratulations, a year.
Right.
I'm telling you, it's a big thing. Some people take it for granted or act like it's not a
Mhm.
big thing. But once
Right.
you're in it and you're going through, it's a lot. It's
It
a lot.
is.
And you have something to be proud of and to commemorate. Miss Go Getter,
Yeah.
how has your day, your weekend was, rather?
My weekend was awesome. It was busy. It was tiresome, but it was awesome. We was media of a festival, and the festival was pretty dope. It was really, really dope. So
Okay.
I had a good weekend.
That's good. So you gonna ask me about my weekend, or do I have to
Yes.
sit here? We
No,
don't know how this
first let
gonna
me
go.
take a breath. Like, let me. How was your weekend?
It was good.
Okay.
It was good. It was an eventful weekend, just like
Mm-hmm.
yours.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta shout out the 420-ish
Festival.
Unity Festival, because when I walked in there, I was floored, because I was like, it was just so much going on, and the atmosphere that it was.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't feel like we were in a neighboring city.
Right.
I didn't
Right.
think we were in Portsmouth, so it was actually a good time. But anyway, they'll be here tomorrow. But either way, right now we have the misses.
Right.
So can you, without further ado, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers and listeners of Wait Again Minute podcast?
Yes, definitely. So each and every person that's out there watching, my name is the Missus. The Missus with the kisses. Mwah. Yes, 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 yes. So I am a YouTube commentator. I'm also a radio host here in Atlanta, internet radio that is at Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, baby. And I am on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at home, like I am right now, at home. And I come on at 9 o'clock at night. Got to get them
Okay,
babies in bed first, y'all. Got to get them in bed for school.
that's
Then
right.
I go live and I actually talk about crime all over the United States, in our Black community, and I bring it to the forefront. I have a co host on Wednesdays. Shout out to Jason. He's all the way in Minnesota. Never met
Okay.
Jason before a day in my life. And he
How
has
in
been
the
a
world
co
did that happen?
That's what I was about to
girl.
say.
When I tell you, I'm praying Saturday he comes from Minnesota so I can meet him for the first time.
Right,
That's my mama. Hey, mama, Mama Peach in the building. I was so happy to see her. She said, I don't see it on your page. That's why I was trying to text them, like,
right.
go on their page, go on their page.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. So, but yes, back to what I was saying. So, Jason, he's my co-host for Wednesdays, and that's
Okay,
Wednesdays is when we dig down deep into crime.
okay,
Okay.
That's when I have family members that come on just as well, and they discuss their loved one's story as far as
Hmm.
they were murdered by domestic violence, gun violence, the prison system, and even the police. Even the
right.
police, y'all. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't scared at all whatsoever.
That's right.
Right.
So we talk about all of that. Then on Fridays, I have my husband on the show, and he's my co-host each and every Friday. And we talk about love and relationships. We advocate for marriage, and we also throw crime in there just as well. And then on
Okay.
Saturdays, I'm at the radio station.
Hold on. So y'all just got like a family affair going.
Right. So the only day you're actually alone is on Mondays.
I'm never alone. Go get her. I have a 4-year-old and I have a 7-year old.
Well, on the show, you're alone on the show on Mondays.
That's it. Only on Monday. Oh yes, only on Mondays and Saturdays. And Saturdays
Okay.
I'm alone unless I have an independent artist, business owner, or a guest that comes on. So yes, I'm
Okay.
only really alone on Mondays. But sometimes, somebody got to come sit with me on Monday. So
Mm.
if anybody that would be wanting to come in, I'd be like, come on, it's
Right.
fine.
That's right.
So why did you pick to talk about crime? I know you said on Fridays you talk about relationship and crime, but why did you choose to make your show about crime primarily?
Okay. Um, I'm gonna give y'all some tea that
Okay.
I have not
As long
discussed.
as it's hot, we good.
Yes.
I'm gonna give y'all some tea. I have never ever discussed this on my show. Never planned on discussing it. But now's the time to come out with it.
Right.
Okay.
So I started this platform, not Peachy Tea Time, but I had another platform that I was on with a young lady,
Hmm.
and things didn't work out. And all we was doing was celebrity gossip.
Okay.
Celebrity gossip was something that I wanted to do hands down when it
Right.
came to YouTubing.
Hmm.
That's all I would watch on YouTube was celebrity gossip. Shout out to Tasha K. I
Hmm.
always watched YouTube celebrity
Right.
gossip. So I knew that's what I wanted to do. And I went in with it with her. Things didn't go right.
Okay.
I didn't feel like she was dedicated enough to
Mm,
what
Gotcha.
I put my money into. We both
mm-hmm.
put our money into it, but I'm a little different,
Hmm.
Gam and Go Getter, when
Mm-hmm.
it comes to my money. When
I
I
Right.
know
put my
that's
money
right.
in something, I'm going all in,
That's
all
right.
in.
Right. Right.
And I wasn't getting back the I don't think she was basically helping and
Mhm.
being there to do what she was supposed to do on her end. And it seemed
Okay.
like I was doing all the work. So at that moment, I was like, you know what? I don't think this is gonna work. Before we get too far into it,
Right.
maybe we need to part ways. Other things, of course, occurred in between. But for the most part, I walked away from it.
Oh, okay.
I gave up everything. Only thing I didn't give away
Wow.
was my YouTube because every the YouTube was connected through mine. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as everything else, I gave it all away. I was so hurt. I cried a many days behind that.
I'm
And
sure.
I felt like God positioned me
Mm-hmm.
mentally and financially to be able to start this by myself and do it by
Okay.
myself.
Mhm.
I
Okay.
didn't know if I could. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I didn't know if I could do it
Right.
by myself.
Mhm.
I was scared
I'm sure. Yeah.
Right.
because I didn't know if they was there to see me and her, or if
Right.
they was there to see just me, or if everyone was there to see just her. I didn't
Just
know.
Right.
right. Right. Yeah.
So I said, you know what? I had a great support system. Everybody was pushing me, telling me, no, you can do this, you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just take this leap of faith. And when I tell you that was the best thing I could have done. So
Mhm.
when I decided to take this leap of faith, I was able to do what I wanted to do.
Right.
And as much as I like the celebrity gossip, I like the crime even more. I was the one that
Mm.
sits at home in the dark watching First 48, watching After the
Oh, I
Fact.
love First 48 too.
Yes, girl. Watching Cops. I mean,
Yeah,
I
me
was
too.
watching all that type of stuff. I remember my husband would come in the house before we had kids, and he would come in the room, all the lights off in the house. He'd come in the room and he'd just peek in and, are you watching Death again? I'm like, yeah,
Mhm.
it's really good. You should come join me. So that's how I feel like God put me on this path to do this.
Right.
Did I know it was going to explode the way it did?
Mm-hmm.
No. Did I
Right.
know that I was going to be having guests come on to tell their loved one's story? No. Had no idea that that was going to happen. But God
Mhm.
saw fit. Here I am. And I just ask each and every person to pray for me because it gets overwhelming when you're
Right.
Right. Yeah.
watching death
Mhm.
all the time. It's other things that I do like missing people. I
Oh
do all
wow.
that. So it gets a little overwhelming,
I'm
but
sure that can put a toll on you. You're
Yeah.
watching, like I watch some of that stuff too, but I don't watch as much as I used to. But I'll tell you this: I used to watch it so much, especially First 48, that I wanted to be like I think they were down in Miami. This is Black Detective Lady.
that black lady, I know
Yep.
you talk about girl.
I was going to school because I wanted to be a homicide detective. But once I was going to school and I realized that, hey, you got to go in the force first, be a police officer and hit that street. I
You
said,
want
oh,
to
no,
skip? You want to
no,
skip
I don't
that
want to do
part?
that no more.
Damn, are you
Uh-uh.
related to me?
I
Because I
think
said the
so.
same thing.
Oh, are you serious?
I said I just want to go straight to be a detective. That's it.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to do police officer.
Mhm.
I don't want to train none of that. I
No,
feel like I'm good enough just to be the detective.
exactly. I mean, I
So y'all
did
watch first 48, and then y'all can solve the crimes yourselves.
pretty much,
Oh,
Pretty
or
okay.
much.
snap. I could do all of that. Snap, I
Exactly.
like,
Snap. Oh
how
my
did how did you get away with murder? I could do that.
gosh.
I thought, but I don't want to do that. But I'm pretty sure it could be done.
So, and
Definitely.
that's how you got into doing your crime show. So
Yes.
so all your shows surrounded by crime. Even on Saturdays. Saturdays, what do you talk about on Saturday?
Well, on Saturdays, I have independent artists,
Okay.
business owners, and comedians, and anybody that's really doing something
Hmm.
Mhm.
for their own self and their brand. I have them come on the radio station in
Mhm.
studio, that is.
Okay.
I also do virtual if need be, but of course, when you tell somebody in studio,
Hmm.
they want to be in studio. I mean,
Yeah,
I have
that's right.
people that fly out from different states.
Right.
My last guest actually just drove 11 hours on Saturday, this Saturday
Wow.
that just passed. Drove
Mhm.
Wow.
11 hours to come just to sit with me on Peachy Tea Time.
Right.
So stuff like that. I'm amazed at. I'm amazed.
And it's
Yeah.
it's nobody but God. He lined this whole thing up for you.
He
Even though
definitely.
you felt uncomfortable, but a lot of times when you feel uncomfortable, that's when that move about to happen.
Right.
But let me ask you this. So how did you go from, you're at home 2 or 3 days a week to hits 92.3?
On his 92.3, let me see. So when I decided to do my own thing and
Okay.
start my own brand, you know how you were talking about is God and God
Mm-hmm.
aligns you to do things.
Right.
Well, literally the day that I told that young lady that I wasn't going to be able to do the show anymore, the
Mm-hmm.
very next day, and I'm not lying to y'all, the very next day was when I got the opportunity for the radio station.
Wow.
Now, if I was with her, there's no way I would have been able to do the radio station because she's not in
Absolutely
my
not.
town. She's not even in
Mm-hmm.
the state. So
Okay.
that's how I knew it was nothing but God. And I went ahead, I accepted the offer, and it was actually Mother's Day weekend that I was supposed
Mm-hmm.
to start. And I started my very first radio show with my mom on the radio with
Okay.
me. She had never been in studio. I had never been in studio before. Girl, we didn't know what we was doing up there.
Oh gosh.
I had my mom up there crying and everything. But yes, I had got that opportunity the very next day. And I'm so thankful. It's so good to network and have
Mm-hmm.
connections with people.
It is because
It
I,
is.
I I believe that no amount of money or anything supersedes that. If you have those connections
Yeah.
and you network with people, it can take you indoors that you can't get in. So it's definitely something that
Mm-hmm.
people should want to, especially in this field.
Yeah.
You should want to
Mhm.
build relationships with people. You should want to connect with people because you never know who you can help or they can help you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Exactly.
it's a good feeling because we actually experience that all the time, but especially on Saturday,
Hmm.
that just walking around talking to people, and I never seen so many people doing something or just trying to be something or go somewhere, just
Exactly.
busy. That it actually inspires you a lot. Like, it makes you
Exactly.
be like, you know what, I ain't doing enough. Like, what is going on? So
Exactly.
I said that before, right?
huh?
I said that before. I forgot who we was talking to, and I said that before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
it
feel like
it,
we're
it
not doing
is.
enough.
It is. So what do you do on a normal day when you're not doing peachy tea time?
Tuesdays and Thursdays and Sunday.
Whew.
Oh, she ain't got but a
Tues-
couple. That's she ain't got but a
Yeah,
couple days.
cause she do Monday, she do Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and
That's
Saturday.
all
Oh,
I got, y'all. That's all I got, Lord Jesus. um, well, I tried, I had to plan everything. I had to
okay.
organize. That
Mhm.
was so important because I'm doing it so many days.
Right.
Um, Gam, if I could do it every single day, Monday through
Mhm.
Sunday, I would do it every single day. That's how much I love what
Really?
I'm doing.
Me too.
I would do it
Oh,
every
okay.
day. I really would. I love being on camera. I love being live. I love getting all dialed up and everything. I love it all. So if I can do it
Right.
every single day, I would. But to answer your questions, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'm with my kids. I'm with my kids
Okay.
and my husband. I'm trying to clean up. I'm trying to get things organized around the house.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I try to do everything on Sundays for my show and
Mhm.
prepare everybody for the week. And then that makes things a little bit easier for me. But
Okay.
Okay.
Tuesdays and Thursdays is definitely mommy time all day long from the time they get out of school. This is not my only thing that I do. I'm actually a full time employee at a hospital here. I've
Okay.
been in the medical field for almost 20 years now.
Okay.
So I do a lot. I do a lot. So either way I
Yeah.
go, I'm still working.
Yeah, cause wait a minute. So you you threw me off with the full time at the hospital.
I forgot to tell y'all that in the beginning.
Yeah.
You threw me off
I
because I'm
forgot.
like, I'm at the
Okay.
I
hospital.
forgot to tell y'all
Yeah.
that
How she
before we went
balance? Yeah.
live.
Right. So that's right because your show don't come on to 9 p.m.
To 9 o'clock
So you
p.m.
work during the day at the hospital. You get off. You prepare yourself for the show.
Well, I've been blessed. I've been blessed to where I can work from home. So since the
Okay.
pandemic started, I've been working from home. That's
Okay.
when I decided that I can go ahead and jump into my own brand, my own business.
Hmm.
So that's where Peachy Tea Time really became a thing because I was able to work from home. So, and I actually work overtime. So I work 10-hour shifts Monday through
What?
Friday.
How are you
Monday through
balancing
Friday.
all of
Ooh.
this? Jesus.
I'm tired just listening. I'm tired. I need a
Yes.
nap.
And I also got my own brand too, y'all. I meant to bring everything up here, but I have my own lipstick line, lip gloss
Oh gosh.
line, my own t-shirt line, and everything. Y'all, I'm so sorry. This is my baby in the background crying. Please understand. Give me one
Got
second.
you. I
Thank
got you.
you.
I got you. Yeah, so while we're waiting for her to come back, just to let you know that we're definitely live. Um,
Right.
definitely live. And not pretty much us, but hey, we're gonna roll with it. But while we're waiting for her to get her baby together, our episode tonight has been brought to you by Blase Boutique, 325 High Street, Portsmouth, VA. It is the hottest boutique in the 757. And no, I'm not just saying that because my co-hosts own it, but I mean it is.
It
So
is.
if you guys are in the area, 325 High Street,
But if you're not in the area, or if you are in the area but you don't want to come out, it's www.blahzayatl.com.
say it again because I always get it mixed up.
I am so
www.blahzayatl.com.
sorry.
That is no problem, but that
Yeah,
that is
Dad's
that is
still at
no.
work, y'all. Dad's still at work.
Oh,
My
gracious.
kids
I
like, what's
get it.
going on? It's not 9 o'clock.
I get it. I get it. So one of our viewers said the question she said that she heard that you early on you said that you do missing cases. Have any of the cases been solved or new information due to the family appearing on the show of a missing case?
Well, Katria, is that how you?
Yes.
Katria.
Hmm.
Katria,
Katria.
it's funny that you asked that, love. I have something to say. So,
Some
at
more
literally,
tea?
more tea.
Ooh.
As of last week, I actually did a show on Alexis. It was Alexis Morales. I don't know if y'all remember that or not.
Mm-mm.
Alexis Morales, and she had her 5-month-old baby with her, and she was missing. And this was in South Bend, Indiana.
Okay.
And I have someone that actually brings me some people as well as I go
Okay.
out and I look for people. But I also
Hmm.
have someone, shout out to Bernardo, in South Bend. He works with the police. He works with the mayor, the mortuary.
Okay.
I mean, he works with all type of people and different families. So he brings some family members to my platform, and that particular family actually came. Well, before he came, I started doing my own research. And I'm
Hmm.
like, every clip that I'm looking at, they're saying what happened to the Amber Alert. Why they didn't do an Amber Alert, being that she was with
Right.
the 5-month-old baby. Well, the 5-month-old
Hmm.
baby was with her. So I took it upon myself to do my own little thing. And I called Elkhart County, the police station. I contacted them and I'm like,
Hmm.
hey, I mean, I ain't say it like that, y'all, of course,
Right.
but
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, what's going on? Why y'all ain't got this Amber Alert going on for this
Right.
baby? And he was like, well, you know, we're trying to see what we could do, da da this, da da that. And oh, you need to talk to this department. So I'm like, okay, transfer me on. At the same time,
Right.
Mhm.
I'm still working, doing my own job.
Hmm.
Okay. At the
Hmm.
same time, I hope they don't see this. Y'all, I'm off of y'all. Okay. If you do see this job, I'm off of y'all. But I ended up contacting the next department. And the next department, they was like, well, what's the reason for your call? And sometimes when we make these phone calls, you get timid. You don't
Right.
know
Yeah.
what to say. You don't know what their reaction is going to be.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna be honest, especially sometimes when it comes to white people, you just
Yeah.
don't know what they're gonna come at you and say. So the young
Hmm.
lady, she listened to everything that I had to say. Shout out to Jen, wherever Jen is. I know she in South Bend, but
Okay.
Jen she was like, she listened to everything I had to say. I said, it's mighty strange that every time these white people or these white women get missing, the news is broadcasted everywhere.
It
But
is
when it comes to us as
nationwide.
black women, we
Mhm.
you only get one or two articles, or
Right.
one news broadcast and two articles. So I'm like, what is going on? Why this Amber Alert was not out? And she told me, she was like, well, I'm gonna have someone call you back from the clearinghouse because they are the ones that make the decision. Do you know 3 to 4 hours later, the clearinghouse man called me back, had no idea that they was going to even call back. And that man
Wow.
called me back and he said, as of today, he said, we could not put the Amber Alert out because he's with his mother. And
Right,
when you
right. He
put
was
an
an
Amber
abductor.
Alert
Right.
out, they have to be abducted
Mm-hmm.
or in danger. And I'm
Right.
like, well, how y'all know they both ain't in danger? And he
That's
was
right.
like,
Right.
that's why we decided to put out the silver alert. And the silver alert is made for people that's under the age of 21 that's missing or that could be in danger, regardless
Okay.
if
Okay.
they're with their mom or not. So they ended up putting that silver alert out the same day that I had the mother on my show. And the very next day, I lied to y'all not, they found that girl.
What?
They
She was
found her.
alive?
Unfortunately, she was deceased. They found her murdered, but the baby was still alive. Thank God.
Thank
5 months old.
God.
5 months
Wow.
old. Was
Did they
still
find out what
alive.
happened to her?
It's still
Still
investigating.
ongoing.
Okay.
So I'm waiting right now for the autopsy from Bernardo so that we can go ahead and bring it back again, run the story
Mm-hmm.
back again, and I have new updates.
Update. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they found the baby alive, but the mother was murdered. So where did they find the baby?
They was both in the car. They was both
Oh,
in the car,
Well,
and she
thank
had a
God.
BMW truck. So I knew that that should have been seen somewhere, somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Right.
And it was actually because I had her father on. So Monday, her mom was on, and then Wednesday, her dad came on my show
Mm.
and her husband. And it was, when I tell y'all, it got so messy
I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure. Yeah.
because the
Yeah.
husband was on the show. A lot of people felt like the husband was responsible for it.
A lot of
And
times, yeah.
it
That's
got
exactly
so
what we think.
messy,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I feel like I did my job. I did
Mm-hmm.
what I was supposed to do. I'm not on my show to judge anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here to
That's
give
right.
a platform for someone to come on my platform and tell their loved one's
And
story.
be heard. Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely. And it's good that you actually did that because, calling, but had you not called and, got
Right.
on them or whatever, who knows what may not have even happened. They may have never, even thought about putting out the silver alert or anything.
Right.
But
Exactly.
be-
Or how long they like? Did they even know how long she even been in the car? That baby been in the car.
Well, the
Like
crazy
that's
part about it is one of the neighbors said that she had saw the car on Thursday,
uh-huh.
but she just didn't think nothing of it. She asked her husband, "Yeah, you know why this car here?" He was like, "No, I
Mhm.
don't know." You know, and when I tell you, I have my own theory.
Right, yeah.
But one thing that I felt like people didn't understand when I did that show is I'm not there. I'm in
Right.
Atlanta. That
Right.
happened in South Bend, so I don't get a chance to hear what the streets is talking and what they're
Right,
Right.
saying.
absolutely. And
And
which
a
is
lot of
a
people
good thing
go ahead.
though. That's actually a good thing though,
Mm-hmm.
the missus, because you're coming in it just as pure. You're coming in to trying to
Exactly.
find out one, why isn't it an Amber Alert, or why isn't it made nationwide as they do for a Caucasian person? Everybody,
Exactly.
Right.
everybody's searching. They all walking through water and with dogs and everything.
So people was talking about what the streets was saying, so they was feeling a certain kind of way about you doing the show. Okay.
Yes, they didn't have a problem with me doing the show, but they wanted me to ask questions that I
Mm-hmm.
had no idea of asking because I'm not there. I don't know what
Right.
the streets is
So
talking
they
about.
wanted right. Okay.
They
Now I get
wanted
because
me
they
to
wanted
judge
certain
Go
things.
Getter. That's
Mm-hmm.
what they wanted. They
Mhm.
wanted me to
Mm-hmm.
judge. They wanted me to
Mm-hmm.
say, "Oh, you did this and you did that."
Sure.
No,
Did
I'm
you
not. That's
did?
not what I'm
Uh-huh.
here for.
judge and
Mm-hmm.
drag. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. And that's not what I'm here for.
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
here to give them a platform to help this young lady be found,
Mm-hmm.
to help this baby be found, and to bring awareness. That's it. Nothing more,
Right.
nothing less. And of course, my prayers, you know?
That's
Right.
it.
So by you doing your crime scenes and missing persons, so therefore you have kind of like became known throughout. So you say you have a team of people that help you find out about different locations of crimes or missing people.
Yes, I have one person and he's in South Bend. So he
Okay.
basically only brings me South Bend, Indiana
Yes. Mhm.
stories and family members. I myself, I go and I do my own research to find other family members from all over the United States to see
Right.
who will come on and, come on my platform to tell their loved one's story.
Yeah. And though it when you actually reach out to those people, are you and they, when you and the unfortunate thing is when you reach out to them, they're in a period of, they're feeling distraught or, they're
Mm-hmm.
physically going through something, maybe
Mm-hmm.
mentally too. Is it easy for you to reach out to them and for them to actually say yes, to come on or to even, give you that time of day to sit down and listen to what you have to say?
Well, I'm going to say it like this, Gam. I'm not going to them as Tanil Latrice Davis.
Okay.
I'm going to them as Demissus
Mm-hmm.
with Peachy Tea Time that
Mm-hmm.
has a platform for
Mm-hmm.
people that has lost a family member that
Okay.
needs to bring awareness. I tell them all of that. I don't
Right.
just
Okay.
reach out to them and say, "Hey, would you like to come on my show?" No,
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't
Mm-hmm.
do that at all. If they tell me no, then hey, you just can't come. I literally
Right.
had
Right.
one man, a family member, a family that had agreed to come on my show. They
Mm-hmm.
was
Mm-hmm.
all for it. His sister had just died from murder the week before, and
Mm-hmm.
that's hard. It's hard to go to
Right.
these people knowing that they still grieving. But
Yeah.
at the same time, if they're looking for someone, and I want y'all to understand, not just Gam and Go Get, I want everybody that's watching to understand this. If you're still looking for someone, and you're looking for someone that a killer or somebody, you got first 48, 48, 48, 48,
Right.
48, 48. You got to be strong. You
Yeah.
have to be able to come out to the forefront and look. I'm looking for my sister. I'm looking for my brother. Look, they
Right.
kill such and such. You have to. So
Right.
that's why I do it. That's the only reason why I do it. It's not for the clicks. It's not for the views. None of that at all.
Mm-hmm.
It's because we got an assignment to do,
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm here to fulfill my assignment. Now, this other family, because sometimes you just can't do everything. You just can't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
this
right.
other family, they was all set and ready, and the
Mm-hmm.
prosecutor told them, "Don't go."
Yeah.
About the day before my show, don't go on there. It's an investigation going on, and it was a domestic violence case. So they
Mm.
was like,
Okay.
"Now's not the time." So the entire family was like, "We're not gonna go," except for the brother. The brother was
Mm-hmm.
like, "Oh no, I'm going. Forget that. I'm gonna go." But
Right.
guess what? I'm a woman. I'm a female. I got kids. I
Understood.
Yeah.
understand at the
That's
end of the
right.
day. So when he came and told me that his family said no, I told him, "No, you can't come." And he
Yeah.
still wanted to come. My views probably would have been through the roof. I don't
It sure would.
care.
Yeah.
Your
That's right.
family needs you more right now. And
That's
I
right.
don't want to be the cause of your family feuding because you came on my show. When you and your
Right.
family get things together and the prosecutor say you could come back, my door is open. You're more than welcome to come. But I would not stir the pot between you and your family in a situation like this. And
Right.
that's
And
how I
then
felt. And I told him no.
yeah, or even
Mm-hmm.
jeopardize the case.
Exactly.
That yeah, that because that's definitely what could have happened. So it is a good thing that you are on an assignment and you understand your assignment because
Exactly.
some people would have like, oh, oh my ratings, like just like you said, my numbers would have been through the roof. So that's all I would have needed, but you
Yep.
didn't. It wasn't. That would have been a selfish act had you done that.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
kudos to you for that. But when you're doing all these cases, right? How do you keep from it, you mentally processing everything, like, when you laying down at night, or when you just in your element, and all of your, even though this is what you love to do, it's still a lot, and it's still work, related, because you have to research and all of that. So how are you kind of, what I want to say,
How she kind
divide,
of like
Mentally,
balancing
how
in the
yeah
two
how yeah
mentally,
how are you, like, actually not taking it personal?
personally.
Yeah, like it's not
Right,
affecting you personally, like
okay.
on your heart.
right.
I would have to say this. It helps that I've been watching this stuff for years. My
Okay.
dad, he will always watch cops growing up. Um, I'm from Saginaw, Michigan. It wasn't nothing for me to go to a gathering or
Hmm.
to, I don't want to say a club, but a small little club, and they get
Right.
to shooting inside. We're
Mhm.
scared. We got to duck down. It had got so familiar to where once they got done shooting, did they put them out? Okay, come on, let's go back to partying. And we
Oh
having a
wow.
good time. Yes. I
Right.
mean, it had just got so familiar to me. So
Mhm.
by me doing this, I can get past it. But I'm gonna tell y'all one thing: the hard ones that I can't get past is my family members, my friends
Okay.
that I grew up with that come to me. I'm trying not to
Mhm.
cry.
Right.
That come to me and say, Tanil, this is what you do. You have to cover my daughter's story. You have
Right.
to cover my sister's story.
Mhm.
One of my friends, I love her to death. She's like my sister. I call her my sister. She called me her sister. She lost her son at the age of 12, and she lost her daughter at the age of 26. And it was
Wow.
all due to gun violence. Senseless gun
Mhm.
violence that has nothing to do with them. And for her to come to me as their mother when her
Right.
daughter died last year, and she said, Tanil, you got to cover my story. I said, Tiffany, I'm not doing this. I'm
Mhm.
not going to do this. I cover other people's stories that I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could go to sleep at night doing it that way.
Mhm.
But people that that I've been knowing this little girl and this little boy since they was born. I was in the delivery room when her son was born. So when I
Mhm.
cover stuff like that, those type of stories, that's when it hits me.
It affects
That's
you.
when
Yeah.
it hurts. But I
Right.
have to do it. I have to. And when I tell you I do it, oh, I
Mhm.
do it, baby.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I've had a stop the gun
Mhm.
violence rally on my show where I had different high profile people from a certain community that came on my
Right.
show. The only thing I can say that I don't touch too much is here in Atlanta. I
Okay.
touch certain I touch certain ones, but there are
Um,
some that I really want to do, but I don't
mhm.
Why is that?
because I'm here. And I'm gonna be
Okay.
honest with you, people are still crazy, regardless.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm here. So I'd rather cover stories that's out of state. But sometimes there's stories here in Atlanta I have to cover. God
Mhm.
tells me you got to still cover this. And I pray.
Mhm. Yeah.
I pray and
Hmm.
I ask God to cover me each and every day I leave out this house. Cover my kids, cover my husband each and every time.
Yeah.
But
That's
when
a,
God tell
that's
you got to do something, you got to do it.
Right,
you gotta be
right.
obedient.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta be obedient. So have you ever been in danger due to a case before?
No. No,
That's
not at
that's
all.
oh, that's actually good.
Not at
That's
It's,
one
all.
reason. That's one reason why you don't want to do Atlanta, so you won't be in danger.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I still want to be
Yes.
able to go out and I work for the radio station, so I
mhm.
have to sometimes go out and do things, you know, with different crowds and stuff.
Promo and
Hmm.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I just try to stay away from stories from Atlanta. Like I said, I have covered some. I
Mhm.
cover Young Thug's baby mama with the bowling alley
Oh
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
you remember that. Everybody,
Hmm.
I'm sure, remembered that. So I definitely covered that story and everything. But yeah, I
Mhm.
try to stay away
Mhm.
from it.
Yeah.
So you do your stories on the radio station as well as your YouTube on the radio station. You doing different shows.
She doing different shows
Well,
on the
if I
radio
have a
station time
guest,
sometime.
yep. If I
Yeah.
have a guest, no, I don't bring it. But if I
Okay.
don't have a guest, yes, that's when I
Yes, you
bring
bring
the
it.
crime over there to the radio station. And I
Okay.
think I'm the only one at the radio station that covers crime.
Okay.
Hmm.
Gotcha.
Hmm.
So in 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself? What are you going to be doing? Who's going to be around? Like, what's the game plan? 3 to 5 years.
Well, girl, I was so happy you asked me that, girl. You know, they tell me, and this ain't nothing that I'm making up either. They tell me
Okay.
that I'm gonna be the Black Nancy Grace, baby. So the next three to
I
five
believe it.
years, that's where
Mhm.
I'm gonna see myself being the next Black Nancy Grace. Okay,
I got
that's
you.
where I
Okay.
see myself.
I got you. I got you.
So you know. So you know you. I guess since you cover crimes, and why did you pick the name Peachy Tea Time?
A peachy tea time, exactly.
Because it's like,
Well,
oh, you
peachy,
covering crime, but it's not really peachy.
peachy is because of Georgia. You
Right.
know,
Hmm.
all Georgia women is known as Georgia peaches. So
Right.
that's where
Peaches,
peachy
right.
came from. The tea alone, instead of the tea being gossip, the tea
Hmm.
is the crime. That's my gossip. That's my
Right.
Right.
gossip for everybody. Crime.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
then time, baby, it's time. It's time. It's
Yeah.
time. It's time to go
Yeah.
live. So,
Right. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. So do you hope to have a permanent co-host or just keeping it how you have it now?
well, I do have a permanent co-host on
Mhm.
Wednesdays, Jason,
Right.
and on Fridays, my husband. That's it.
Two
Ain't
permanent
no
co-hosts.
more, nothing more, nothing less. Gam,
Right.
Gam, don't be starting
Okay.
stuff over there, Gam.
I'm just,
She
look,
started stuff.
I'm just laying the net out there.
She thought you
So
had some extra.
it lets y'all
Please, y'all
know
don't
now
inbox
that
me asking me for co-host.
right when y'all go back and look at this later on tonight, next week or whatever, hit up y'all because I'm throwing the net out there. You can be remote and work with her.
Yes, because clearly, Jason's not there in Atlanta. So how did you end up, if you never met him, how did you end up picking him, or how y'all become co-hosts? How did that happen?
Well, with Jason, I started when I was with the other young lady. We started off on
Hmm.
um this app called Station Head, where you can't see nobody, but you can hear them talking. You can have people up on your platform, which is only like 4 people, I think, at the most. But you
Okay.
see a little picture of you.
Okay.
And when I branched off and started my own thing, I was like, oh, let me go back to Station Head to see if I can get some of the independent artists because a
Right.
lot of independent artists is on Station Head. Shout out to Station Head. So I
Okay.
went on there, I went on somebody, different people platforms on Station Head. And I'm
Hmm.
like, hey, I'm finna be at the radio station. I'm finna do these interviews. Anybody that want to come on, holla at me, let me know. And Jason
Right.
just happened to hear me. And I was
Mhm.
laughing. Kikin had everybody in the chat laughing. And Jason reached out to me. At that time, I probably was a month in on Peachy Tea
Hmm.
Time. And he
Okay.
told me that he wanted to collab with me. And I was like, no. I thought about it for like maybe 20 minutes. And I was
Uh-huh.
like, I don't think so. I talked to my husband about it. Jason is
Mhm.
actually originally from Detroit, Michigan.
Okay.
So I was like, maybe this can work. I'm from Saginaw, Michigan originally. He from Detroit. It'll be dope if we blow up 2 people from Michigan. I'm like, this
Yeah.
will be
Yeah.
dope. But I said, I haven't grounded Peachy
Right.
Tea Time yet. I
Okay.
need to make
Okay.
sure that Peachy Tea Time is going to flourish before
Right.
I could just bring someone on like that. So I would say, hey, Flint, Michigan, yes. So I would say probably 4 or 5 months later,
Okay.
that's when Jason reached back again, but he was watching every single show. He would not stop
Okay.
watching my show. He was
Mhm.
always talking about you dope, you good, man, you got this. Oh my gosh, you so bomb. I mean, he was just saying all this. And then finally, God laid it on my heart to let him come
Okay.
and join
Yeah.
me on Wednesdays. And I asked him about it. He said yes. And the crazy part about it is, I love being on with my husband. I love it. But
Hmm.
Wednesday, Peach, we call it Peachy News. Each day has
Okay.
its own name.
Okay.
PG News, that's my baby, and that's when I'm on with Jason. You
Yeah.
know, I if I had to take away every last one of them shows, I would definitely keep Wednesdays with Peachy News with
What you
Jason.
knew.
I
Okay.
would
Okay.
definitely hands down.
So let me ask you
Oh, that's
this:
good.
what would you say to someone who, um, just like yourself and
Mhm.
and us too,
Mhm.
have had co-hosts before and things didn't quite work out? What would you say to them to to get them to push past that point? Because when you're used to somebody and it was everybody at first, right? And
Hmm.
then you are so uncertain about your future and where it goes. What would you say to that person to encourage them to keep pushing?
I would say some people do need a co-host.
Hmm.
So I'm not
Mhm.
gonna say don't get a co-host again. Just
Right.
because it didn't work out for me, that doesn't mean it's not gonna work out for you. You just have to make sure that you find someone that's just as dedicated as you are. Someone
That's
that
Mhm.
right.
wants to put in that time just as much as you want to put in that time. And trust and believe, you will know. You would definitely know if somebody's either riding your coattail or if they
Mhm.
really, really wants this just as bad as you want it. So
Right.
I would never tell nobody, do it all by yourself. Don't get no co-host. Mm-mm. If you want a co-host, get you a co-host. It just didn't work for me.
Right.
I
Yeah.
like to be in charge. I like to be in control. I don't want another female on my team unless you're working behind the scenes somewhere. I
Oh,
love
that.
having Jason on there. I love having my husband on there. Why? Because they do what I tell them to do. Hey, let me applaud right quick.
Understood. Understood. And I get it because you have the right because that's your baby. So
It's my
you have
baby.
that right and you kind of know what you want, to feed your
Exactly.
baby and not. So I get that part. Um so you're doing this and you're as a matter of fact, I think we probably need to set up an appointment so we can come to hits 92.3 and when we come
Yes,
to Atlanta because we
definitely.
definitely want to be in the studio.
Definitely.
Virtual is
I'm
cool.
upset that I couldn't be in y'all studio. Oh my gosh.
Why?
Yes, I want to fly back. I want to fly down there and come to y'all studio.
Oh yeah,
I just
you
want to tell
Yeah,
y'all
look.
that.
fly on here to come
Well,
see
look.
her.
Well, we definitely can arrange that. It ain't about
Great.
opposite. Well, the flights used to be a little cheaper before the pandemic. Now you
Yeah,
got to probably
now
schedule it out a little while.
They so expensive.
you know up the
Yeah,
price
them flights are crazy now. You used to find a flight to Atlanta
for like $49.
$49. Now it's just like everything has gone up.
It has.
From the pandemic. But
Me and
yeah,
my
we
husband
definitely
is, I'm sorry, me and my husband
not
is
go ahead.
celebrating our 15-year anniversary this year.
Oh,
And we wanted to
congratulations.
go to Cali, LA.
Okay.
I've
Right.
never been. And I want to go so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, they wanted over $2,000 for the
Yeah.
flight. I said they don't lost their mind. I'll wait till 16 or 17 years.
Or 20. Or
They
Or
wanted
20.
20.
that
Or
much and you're
20.
flying from Atlanta?
That much. I was like, oh my
That's
gosh.
crazy.
It was crazy. It was crazy. So
It's
Yeah, that
it's
is.
it's like that out here. I'm telling you. But
Everything that went up.
yeah, I
it
can't even. I
did.
was telling Miss Go Getter, I couldn't even remember where I seen your show. I seen it, and because it's been a while since we book for you coming on. Like I tell people all the time, people think that people just come on here randomly or a couple of weeks. No, it don't work like that. Like we're
It do
a
not
month
work
and a
that
half,
way on
two
here, y'all.
months out.
Yeah.
It don't work
Out.
that way.
Not at all. So unless it's something, right then and there, we kind of do it. But for the most part, it's definitely planned out. But I definitely remember seeing your show, and then I'm thinking about it. It was a couple of people up there that day too, and everybody was talking, and had like I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 people. It may have been more than that day because that one episode I said, well, damn, about 10 people up here and y'all were just talking back and forth, but y'all were having a good time, and I enjoyed it. So from that, I started following you a little bit, and then decided to hit you up. And I'm actually kind of glad that we did
Thank
hit you
you.
up. I really am. But Miss Go Getter, what'd you take away from tonight?
Well, you know what? one lesson that I did take away from the missus, she started out doing one thing that she felt was her passion, but she blew up doing something unexpected that she found out is her purpose. Found out is really her purpose. You know what I'm saying?
Go
Like
ahead,
she
go
Mhm.
ahead, Pastor. What you say, Pastor?
let the church say amen. But no, seriously though. But no, seriously though, like seriously, she started out doing one thing. She said that this is what she wanted to do. That's what
Hmm.
she loved.
Right.
But that didn't work out. But soon as that didn't work out, she blew up doing something else.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That she found out is really her purpose that she enjoyed doing even more so than what she did the first go around.
Right. Yeah.
So you never give up, even if you gotta go back, regroup, reboot, change a little bit of things, change the name, change the whole platform, you still go back and you keep pushing, you know?
Exactly.
That's
Hmm.
you know what? That's I'm gonna piggyback on what you said. That's exactly what it is because it
Hmm.
doesn't matter how many times you fall down.
Yep.
I think the thing is when you fail to get back up.
Right.
I
Right.
think
Right.
that's the most craziest thing to me. So
Hmm.
definitely, I'm gonna piggyback off of what Miss Go Getter said, and
Hmm.
it actually gave me some inspiration as
Yeah.
well. Like, in just in general, not even I'm not even gonna say just with podcasting, but just in general, like Miss Go Getter said, if things don't work, it's okay to regroup and do what you got to do and get back out there.
Right. Keep
So
pushing.
Exactly.
I'm definitely taking some of those notes and put them in my pocket
Hmm.
and using them.
Right. Right.
But I wanted to ask you before you go. We always ask our guests how their time has been since they've been on Wait Again Minute podcast tonight.
Well, before I answer that, I have
Okay.
one more thing that I have to say. Since you brought that up, it kind of reminded me when you said you was looking when you found me on my
Mm-hmm.
show. This is a very key moment, y'all. So y'all make sure y'all
Okay.
listen. Everybody out there listen. This is y'all key moment from the missus. When believe it or not, when you I would never ever forget you guys, first of all. Never. And I'm gonna tell you why. When you reached out to me, I
Mm-hmm.
had just did a show either the day before or 2 days before when you reached out to me. And I did a
Okay.
show called Scammers, I believe it was.
Okay.
And this man was trying to scam me.
Oh
And he
Lord.
wanted to work. Yeah, he wanted me to work with him, and he was gonna help Peachy Tea Time just blow up. And he's on
Mm-hmm.
NBC,
Mm.
ABC, and all this stuff. And I was just really getting started and stuff. And so I'm like, okay, he
Mm-hmm.
gonna help me, even help me blow up.
Right.
And he wanted 600 and some odd dollars. And I'm like,
Mm.
Mm.
600 and some odd dollars, and you gonna help me for what? For 3 months? That's it?
Right.
What's gonna happen after that? I don't have 600 some odd dollars to keep giving you every 3 months. So
Right.
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 what's gonna happen after that? And then I kept talking to my husband about it, and my husband was like, "Man, I need you to go and do some more research. You good at this research stuff. Do your
Right.
research. Make sure he legit."
Right.
And God again just kept coming over me saying, "Do more research. Do more research. Do more
Hmm.
research." And I just kept looking. I kept looking. And but I was still talking to this guy at the same time, every day.
Hmm.
Okay.
He was waiting on that money to come in.
Mm-hmm.
And finally, the last day that my husband was like, do your research before you give this money up. That was the
Right.
last time that he said it. And when I tell y'all, I kept looking and looking. Within an hour, I find a whole post of this
Wow.
man that somebody had wrote up on Facebook about this man, how he was going
Mm-hmm.
around scamming people, taking people money. But at the same time, I
Wow.
was smart about it. I said, I ain't gonna tell him. I got a
Yeah.
surprise
Mm.
for him since he want to come and try to take my money, my hard-earned money. I ended up having him come on the show. Him and his wife. They came on the show. They thought that I was gonna accept their offer on the show, on the platform in front of everybody.
So you
And I
scammers.
Oh.
actually had the young lady that wrote that post. I found her, and she actually came on the show with me. And so I had her waiting down in the
Wow.
studio, just like y'all. I had her waiting
Mm-hmm.
down in the studio, and he came up there, and he was big boy and everything. And he was like, "So you ready to come on, join us?" I said, "Hold on 1 minute. I got somebody that want to see you." Brought her up, y'all. Oh my gosh, y'all could have saw his face. So 2 days, to make a long story short, 2 days after that, or the next day, that's when
Mhm.
Gam, you reached out to me, and I could
Right.
have sworn it was him. I said, "This got to be him trying to set me up and get me back." Like, it's a setup. Yeah, I call friends. I call, I call everybody, family, everybody. I'm like, yeah, I think he trying to set me up through this podcast. Call, wait again a minute. I said, but I don't see him on there. When I tell y'all, I was so afraid. I
Oh
was
my
so
gosh.
afraid.
Oh
But
gosh.
once I kept watching y'all showing everything, I'm like, nah, he ain't part of this shit at all.
Oh no. No, sir. No, ma'am. Pam, at
So
all.
I'm so happy that I basically took the time to do this with you ladies. You ladies are awesome. I've been watching you ever since you presented me with this opportunity. I
Right.
think you ladies does an awesome job. I was just
Thank
on
you.
the Facebook page where I saw
Okay.
that you guys did the 420, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, so they got Trick Daddy, they got everybody in the building. So I'm watching y'all. I'm definitely watching y'all.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
But
we
we're gonna
definitely.
make our way down there to come see you in the studio.
Yeah, we're gonna have to make an appointment so that we can
Mm-hmm.
I mean it's always um a
Yeah.
joy to come to ATL, and it's
Yeah.
nothing, because Miss
Yeah.
Go Getter was actually, what do you call it, like dual, you had your
Yeah.
foot
I'm actually a
staying there.
legal
Yeah,
resident
she's
of
actually a legal
Atlanta.
resident. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Pretty
definitely
much.
come on, come on, come on.
Yeah.
I would
Got
love
to,
to have you
yeah.
ladies on my
Maybe we
platform.
can collab and do something together
Oh
down
yeah,
there.
definitely.
We can have a
Definitely.
whole little show together. We can talk about different stuff and you talk about the crime mixed with what we talk about.
And and I can help you solve some crime. Like I could do that.
That's what I'm talking
Like,
about, Gam. That's what I'm talking about. Go get it. We're
I'm
gonna
a
pull
jack.
you in too. Don't worry. You're
No,
gonna
because
help
she
us
already
solve these
no,
crimes
we're not
too.
pulling her in because the missus, because she already thinks she know everything. So we gotta keep her
What?
out out
No,
of it.
actually, I really don't even watch those shows.
You
Right,
gonna watch
exactly.
those
So
shows.
she'll be in the way. She'll be in the way. It won't help. I'm telling you, if
See,
for
I
those
like
who don't,
funny shows. I like watching. I like
what is
laughing.
what is funny to you? Like, give me one of your most a funny,
No, I can't do that. I don't
exactly, because
know.
it's something
But I
like
like watching like shows where I'm
Sex
gonna
in the
laugh.
City, something
Well,
like
oh
that.
yeah,
That
I
is,
like
ugh,
watching shows like that, like Girlfriends and Sex in the City. Yeah, I
there
like
ain't
watching
nothing
shows
funny
like that.
about that.
No, those aren't funny. It's just fashion. It's just fashion. Then it's just girls hanging out on the town. So I like watching it for that. But yeah,
Well,
we can
go
come
get
up
her.
with
I would
something.
tell you this. I would tell you this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I told you I could discuss crime all the time, but
Uh-huh.
I will tell you this. Just like I sat on this show and had you over there laughing, I
Uh-huh.
guarantee you that you're gonna watch one of my shows and you're going to laugh. I don't
Right.
care
Yeah,
what we're
Right.
talking about. You gonna
Right.
laugh.
yeah,
You will
absolutely. It's
definitely
and
laugh because
there's
just
definitely
Right.
because
nothing wrong with it.
yeah, just because it's crime,
Mm-hmm.
you still got to put some type of laughter into it.
Yeah.
I always
Yeah,
tell people about because I get a lot of people that tell me that. Well, I don't want to be
Mm-hmm.
crying and stuff all the time and
Right.
sad and scared and all that.
be
I
drained.
tell
Yeah,
them you ain't got to worry about that. It was one show that I did. This young man, everybody teens now seem like that's out here killing folks,
yeah.
and his hair was just oh oh. He looked like he was just dusty, little dusty little boy. And when I tell y'all, when that news broadcast went off, Gail, don't laugh at me, Gail. But when that news broadcast went off, the first thing that I could sit there and say, "Hey, Josette," the first thing I sat there and said was, "Now I know his mama couldn't wait for them to come lock his ass up. I know that she like by the time y'all came and got him, how long was
Yeah,
it gonna take y'all to come get him?"
Oh,
exactly,
oh
exactly.
God.
So between me and Jason and my husband, we gonna definitely keep you laughing,
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah.
definitely. Yeah,
But
yeah,
there are times that I cry. There
yeah.
are
Mm-hmm.
times where I break down, completely
Uh-huh.
break
I'm
down.
sure. I'm sure.
Yes, yes. But I watch these clips three,
Mm-hmm.
4, 5 times before I air it, before
Mm-hmm.
I bring it live to everyone. So now
Mm-hmm.
I'm prepared. to do my
Right.
job. Got to prepare yourself, y'all.
That's it.
I
That's
can't
it.
just pick a clip and say, "Oh, I'm gonna bring it on Peachy Tea Time and let y'all see it." No, I made that mistake
Mhm.
one time with my motivations. I do a motivation
Okay.
at the end of every
Mhm.
show, and I was rushing, and I said, "Let me just gonna pull this one right here. I ain't gonna even look at it. I'm just gonna play this."
Mhm.
Y'all, why they was talking in Spanish?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Oh
I
gosh.
probably I probably would have burst out and start crying.
I said I'll never do that
Oh,
again. I learned my
Yeah.
lesson.
And that's the thing. People think that, you know, it's easy and it's just you just cut
yeah.
your, your stuff on and you just no, you have to
Yeah.
prepare
Be
and
prepared.
research and make sure that you know, prepared for that show
Right.
because you never know who's going to ask what. You just want to make
You
sure
never
that
know.
you're doing your due diligence
Right.
basically.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, but
Right.
some of them you might can do off the fly, but for the most part, I know like for us, we have to look up to people and and making sure that we in tune to what's going on because I could tell you a lot of people out here
Right,
is
because you'll be talking about you talk about crimes, and we'll be up here saying, "So how did you make that cake?" And you're like, "What? I
exactly.
didn't say anything about making a cake." We're like, "Oh, well, don't you have a food show?"
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be
Exactly.
something dumb
Now
like
we
that.
all are just looking crazy. Like,
Dumb
We
and
oops.
earth.
all over the place.
Yeah,
One thing I will
absolutely.
say though, I don't write anything down. That's it.
We don't
Um,
either. We don't
You don't
either.
either?
Sometimes
Um.
again, I have to write down the date though.
Oh yeah.
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 I may
Yeah.
have to write down the date or
Yeah.
the
I write on a
person's
date.
name or
Yeah,
something like that, or the date that they died, something like that. But for the
Yeah.
most part, I don't
yeah.
write nothing down. I've tried that just as well, and that doesn't work either for me.
That
Mm-mm.
It
doesn't
doesn't
work
work.
for me.
I have wrote
That
down 30 questions and only did maybe two questions because
that's
the
it.
Right,
flow went somewhere totally different.
different. Your
And you're
questions,
absolutely correct.
right? We had questions. I'm like, oh, I didn't ask none of my questions.
Yeah, I've
Like,
done
don't
that
even wait.
several times. And I don't know what it is. When I do that, it's like I get nervous when I'm trying to read what I wrote.
Yes.
So then it's like
Yes.
I'm feeling like, oh, they know that I'm reading something, or they know, or I'm not gonna say the word right. Something is
Or
not
either
right.
you can't read your own handwriting. That's most of the time. Yeah.
Pretty much. So that's why I don't write. I just don't. I mean, it don't. But I do have to write the date because we do it 2 days a week now. So
Mhm.
I be having to keep up, and then you go from Thursdays to Tuesdays. So and the days become by so fast. So sometimes
Yeah.
I'll be like, "Oh yeah, the day is such and such." I'll be like, "Damn, no, that was the date." So, but I love it because we're unapologetic and unfiltered. So what you get is what you get,
Yeah.
and and we have
Exactly.
fun. But through having fun, we educate and empower our viewers and listeners. That's what it is for us.
That's what
And
it's
make
about.
connections with people. So you and I, well, wait again a minute and Peachy Tea Time is a lock. So we're gonna definitely set up something where we can come there to interview with you as well because like I said, we like doing the in person. I like that better
Yes.
if we can
Yes.
do it, but thank God for technology as well.
Hmm.
Exactly. I mean, because
Oh, other
every
than
show that I've seen of y'all, everybody was in studio, seem like. And I'm like,
yeah,
I want to be in studio too. Hey,
yeah,
TT. That's my
yeah.
TT.
Yeah, now that we do, a lot of people, if they can come, they would prefer to come, and that's right up our alley. Yes, come, come, come. You know, um, come to the studio because it's just better.
Hmm.
You don't have to worry
Hmm.
about a bunch of, and with technology, we get a little. Well, I get a little nervous and a little flustered,
Sometimes it works. Sometimes it don't.
and I'd be like, "Oh my God, like I'm about to have a fit, pure seizure up here." So, but that's life,
Damn, you so silly.
So I just, because
I
I
understand.
do. I be like, man, with this internet and stuff.
You
And
just
then,
never
sometimes
know.
it depends on how the wind blow. You like, Lord have mercy.
You just never
You
ever
never,
know.
you never know. But
Yeah.
Yes. All my
like I,
shows, Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays are virtual. All of them.
okay,
Yep,
okay,
every last one of them is virtual. I'm not inviting anyone to my home. So
okay.
they're
Right,
all
yes,
virtual.
I get it.
But
I
in
get you on that.
studio is in studio. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we definitely get you. So, like I said, we're definitely a lot from here on out. So we're gonna set up something, and I have enjoyed my time. I
Mhm.
know Miss Go Getter. Did you enjoy your time?
Yes, I enjoyed my time.
She said, "Yes, I enjoy my time." Well,
But
I
yeah.
definitely enjoyed my time. Definitely. This is I've been doing this for a whole year as of
Mhm.
April 30th, which is the
Okay.
day of my event. That was the exact date that I started Peachy Tea Time. And I have been interviewed a total, as of today, a total of
Okay.
3 times. So this is my third interview that someone
Okay.
is actually interviewing me, and I'm on the
Right.
other end of the stick. You know what I'm saying? Usually I'm the one
Right.
doing the interview. So
Yeah.
I'm so thankful. I've been trying to prepare for this. Um, I don't know what I was preparing doing, but I was
Right.
preparing for this. Yes, I was. So I'm so thankful. I'm so happy to be here. I do apologize once again for my daughter and everything, but I
Hey,
thank y'all so so much. This was so
me
awesome.
too. You're
Definitely,
welcome. We
definitely, definitely.
enjoyed you.
Now, we gotta collaborate with us now. So you gotta hit us up. You gotta well, I don't know if you have if our contact. Well, you got our email, but I'll send you our phone number as well, so that we
Please
can
do.
we can be in
Mhm.
contact.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely,
definitely.
please
So
do.
we definitely looking forward to working with you in the future, and I'm yet watching. I got to get Miss Go Getter on with it because she I didn't tell her about it, but I'll share some episodes with her as well, so she can get on with
Okay.
you, get in tune as well. So with that
Mhm.
being said, we're gonna end it with our theme
And
song. Get
and
out
I
of
and I'm
here.
gonna help solve some crimes too. Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to help solve some crimes,
Yeah.
okay? Now, can I
Look,
let everyone know where they can find me at?
oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
Yes.
My apologies. Absolutely.
That's okay. That's okay. So on my show, I asked everybody to drop their peaches, baby. So the missus is about to drop her peaches. Okay. You can find me out there on YouTube under Peachy Tea Time. Time is spelled with a Y. You can find me on IG under Peachy Tea Time. You can
Mhm.
find me on Facebook under Peachy Tea Time. I'm on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And you can also find me on Saturdays at Hits 92.3, the real definition of internet radio, on at 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. And I think that, oh, my website. What the hell? I can't
Yeah.
forget the website. You can find my website, y'all, is www.peachyteatime, spelled with the Y, dot
Mhm.
com. Okay. You go on that website, you will find all type of different blogs on there, stuff that I
Mhm.
might not have been able to play on YouTube that I bring on there. You will also be able to find my products. I have a t-shirt line, which is Peachy Tea Time, and then I also have another brand called Peachy Kisses. And those
Okay.
I'm gonna send y'all some t-shirts, okay? My
Okay.
Peachy
Okay.
Kisses
Okay.
shirts. So make sure y'all give me
Okay.
the address. I'm gonna send y'all one. And
Sure.
Okay.
I
Sure
also
will.
have lipstick, lip
Mhm.
gloss,
Yeah.
eyelash glue. Girl, I got it
God, at
all.
least you got it all.
Eyeshadow,
Yeah.
iridescent eyeshadow.
Iridescent. Okay.
That
Now, how did you? I'm confused on how she doing all this, plus the shows, plus the radio, plus working at the hospital, and plus the
Being a mom
kids.
and a wife.
And oh wait a minute, she working overtime at the hospital, plus being a mom, plus being a wife. Ooh, I'm tired.
well, I can tell you. Want me to give you the answer?
Yeah.
His name God. That's the
That's all
only
I
right.
know
way.
that's right.
That's
Amen.
the only way. I never would have thought in a
Yes.
million years that I could do what I'm doing now. I
Yeah.
never would have thought. So it's nothing
Yeah.
but God. And when you have a
Mm-hmm.
passion for something, you're
Mm-hmm.
going to do it.
Oh yeah,
I
you
need
Oh
gonna
my
yeah.
job.
you can make that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need my job.
Yep.
But I
Mm-hmm.
got a passion for Peachy Tea Time. So I gotta make time for it. I have to.
That's right.
That's right.
That's
So
That's
right.
right.
That's right.
that's it.
Well, you just said a mouthful. You're doing a mouthful. I don't know,
Yes.
but I like I said before, you can count on us watching and being an avid supporter of you,
Mm-hmm.
and
Thank you.
that's
Thank
what
you
it is.
so
So we're gonna end
much.
it with our theme song.
Yep.
All right.
Let's go. Yo,
Listen
listen
up,
up,
everybody.
everybody.
Have
Have
you
you
heard
heard
the
the news?
news?
We got a brand new show that's
Breaking
breaking
all
all
the
the rules.
rules.
Started out from BA
And
and
now
now
we
we
on
on
the
the move.
move.
From
So
local
the
to
global,
global,
'cause
cause
we
we
got
got
something
something
to
to
prove.
prove.
We
We
came
came
from
from
the
the
bottom,
bottom,
now
now
we
we
at
at
the
the
tippy
tippy
top.
top. To hold it down
For
for
our
our
people,
people,
'cause
cause
we
we
all
all
we
we
got.
got.
It's
It's
a
a
cold,
cold,
cold
cold
world,
world,
but
but
we
we
keeping
keeping
it
it
hot.
hot.
On the line, ain't no time to stop.
All work over here,
Yes,
still
we
we
having
having
fun.
fun. Yeah, we say it like it is.
Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team. Yeah, we getting it done.
And shout out to Travell,
Yeah, you know my one.
It started with a dream that
Turn
turned
into
into
a
a vision.
vision.
Educated new generations
Is our mission.
Ears to the streets, yeah, we
Steady
steady
politicking.
politicking.
If you ain't about to change, mind your business.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wave again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top pics like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top pics like we all up on the gram with it.
Good night.
Good night.